Well, hello. I am delighted to be here today. Allow me to introduce myself properly. My name is Juan Pablo Camiletti, and I am the newly appointed tutor for the time being. I'd like to give you a brief breakdown, let's say, of my educational background for you to know. I'm a professor of English and a translator as well, and I'm on the verge of holding my BA in English language with a minor in film studies at the National University of San Martin. I also work at universities in several degree courses as well as postgraduate course. So, of course, we will be covering contemporary literature 1, and I'll be in charge of delivering the second term. So the idea is to go over the whole content. So we can start by exploring the most relevant aspect to be considered within this semester, okay? So we will be basically exploring movements, artistic movements and artistic expressions. So we'll be concentrated in various literary forms, such as modernism. I could say that modernism is a period which pulls down the boundaries of traditional ways of writing, experimented and reflected upon a new literary form of expression known as a stream of consciousness. You must have read about it. Then we will move on to another widely relevant literary as well as social movement, this postmodernism. In this regard, we will concentrate on postmodern literature and postmodern literature through the resignification of traditional stories. Then, after analyzing postmodern literature, we will move on to post-colonial literature. And of course, we will concentrate on the roles of the colonized, the roles of the segregated minorities, and the role of the subjugated people who are also the minorities. So moving on to our last important element within the syllabus, we will tackle a new phase theater, which is a brand new type of theater. You must not probably have heard about it. It's not very popular, but in fact, it's becoming increasingly popular among nowadays. So our idea is to go into a deeper analysis of this type of theater. Okay, so this type of theater is aimed at shocking audiences by the extremism of its language and images too. So now I'd like to move on to some type of academic aspects to consider, okay? As you know, each week we will focus on any topic from the unit will be fully supported by the theoretical framework, and then you will read and analyze a short story or a novel as to disclose some elements from the most relevant, as I mentioned before, movements supported by a theoretical background, okay? That's the most relevant part of it. So regarding some elements to consider, well, I would say the most, or the pivotal aspect to bear in mind is what you've got to develop as future translators. That's critical thinking, okay? And so after, let's say, putting into words your thoughts, your ideas, those thoughts or ideas which might compose or convey your hypothesis of your essay, of your paper, should be evidenced from material from the text. It's not about being subjective. I think, I believe, I assume, I guess, I speculate, but to provide evidence from the text. So use the piece of writing to support your thoughts, your ideas. I try to be as clear as possible. That's the most important objective, right? Above all, because you're about to become future translators. And so we're speaking about words, and words create meaning. So that's a really remarkable issue. Then something for you to consider is that you need to follow the guidelines throughout the before. submitting works, before submitting also your papers. And when it comes to quoting, you must follow APA writing conventions and quoting appropriately, which is an essential part of the subject. Now I would like to move on to an important part of being a professional and dealing with words and with academic papers. That's plagiarism. Well, of course, I expect you to produce and to develop your own critical thinking, analysis, and explore different issues and ideas. And of course, I do not expect you to copy and paste everyone else's ideas, because that, of course, should be penalized. That's plagiarism. So your assignment, of course, will be disregarded on the grounds of academic misconduct and will be fully removed, right? And of course, it's sort of a punishable misconduct. So another important aspect is that you must stick to the assignment requirements at all times, okay? And you also, I highly recommend that you read the syllabus of the subject in advance, so you will know the novel we'll be dealing with, so that you can get fully organized during the week. And of course, remember that all the material will be provided and uploaded in the digital library of our university, okay? Other important aspect, at last but not least, is the use of the forum. So you can resort to the forum for as long as you want, and the forum of the general section of the platform will be available for you to solve any further questions you may have with regards to any type of issue. So feel free to ask or to come up with any type of question, inquiries, or doubts you may have. Okay. So, well, I hope I have already covered all the aspects, and I have already catered you with lots of information. And I hope that is enough for you to consider the most important aspects of the subject. Okay. So, well, looking forward to join our literature journey. It's going to be a great pleasure to be part of this subject, to, of course, embark on this journey along with you. And okay, hope to see you soon. And we will see you around. And please be free to ask any questions you may have about the subject. Okay, well, hope to see you around. Thank you.